Siobhan again. Today I am hiking again as usual, but I'm going to be looking for some spring ephemerals. So what are spring ephemerals? Well, they're the first wildflowers that sprout up in the spring, and they take advantage of the first early sunshine in the spring before the trees start growing their leaves back and kind of the forest canopy shades them out again. So the word ephemeral actually means transitory or short-lived. So their life cycles are pretty short, but they're one of the first signs of spring. I love spring ephemerals because after winter comes to an end and the ground starts to thaw again, they're the first things you see popping up out of the ground. They're a symbol of the new season, a new cycle, and just new life in nature. And I'm sure many of us are feeling a little exhausted, maybe a little drained after such a long winter in a pandemic. The world is just aching for renewal right now. And spring ephemerals are such a beautiful symbol of new life, and I think we need to be looking out for that more than ever these days. So I am hiking through the forest today to find some spring ephemerals, and I'm going to try to ID them. Now, I haven't done wildflower identification in about a year now, so I might be a little rusty, but I do have my Newcomb's wildflower guide, so that'll help me out. And if I can't ID anything, I will leave it up to all of you to help me out with that. So when you do wildflower identification, you want to be looking for 3 key features. The first thing is the flower type, which is basically what do the petals look like and how are they arranged. And the second thing is the plant type. So flowering plants can be shrubs, they can be vines, or they can be flowers. So you want to pay attention to the leaf arrangement and where the leaves are coming out. And the third thing is, what does the leaf look like, so the leaf shape. And of course, if you were IDing plants and flowers to collect any kind of data, you'd want to note all types of things like the habitat, the time of year, the region you are in Canada, and all sorts of things. But today I'm just kind of doing this for fun, and I'm not taking any field notes, so I'm not going to note down every detail and get too technical about it. However, if you're really interested in plant ID, the University of Waterloo's Ecology Lab has some really amazing plant ID tutorials on their YouTube channel, which I will link in the description of this video. They ID things from ferns and grasses to trees and flowers, and their videos are really amazing. So if you're interested, I encourage you to check those out. So here's the one that I found. So you can see it has white petals that aren't quite bloomed yet, or I guess spread out yet, and it has this very distinctly shaped leaf, and the leaf is only coming out from the bottom of the stem. So I think this one is a bloodroot, which is a spring ephemeral. So bloodroot here, it has very distinct leaves, and just you can't really see the petals at this time of year yet. So just an update, it's now kind of hailing, not really raining anymore, but yeah, we're still going, we're still looking. Okay, so I found another one. They're super tiny though, so I'll have to zoom in really close. But there are these little purple flowers, and you can see the leaves here. They have little tooths on the edge. Here's another close-up. So based on my ID skills, I think they are ground ivy, which is this picture right here. So there's another one. So here's another one. This one's kind of has nice heart-shaped leaves. Oh, sorry, there. And really interesting shaped flower. So I think this one could be a downy yellow violet. I'm not 100% sure because it hasn't grown that much yet, so it's hard to ID, but that would be my best guess. So I feel like it's a pretty chilly day today, so maybe the flowers are kind of hiding from me, but I'm going to put a bunch of photos of spring ephemerals that I found last year when I was doing some field work, just so that you can see a few more examples. So I encourage you the next time you're on a walk or a hike, just spending time in nature, look out for some spring ephemerals, and even if you can't ID them, just look out for them, and I hope that when you see them, you're reminded of renewal. And if you're like me and you're feeling a little screen fatigued and a little drained these days, I hope that spending time in nature will help you rediscover your spark, and I hope that as nature begins to bloom again, you can too.